You want to know the real reason she stopped sleeping with you? I'll tell you right now. It's not because she stopped being horny, it's because she stopped feeling connected to you. For most women, sex is emotional. When emotional safety disappears, desire doesn't just fade, it shuts down completely. And here's the part no one tells you: it doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, subtle, and you might not even see it coming. Before you get defensive or feel like you're being blamed, breathe. I'm not here to guilt trip you or lecture you. I'm here to talk to you the way your older brother or best friend should. Real talk, without the shame. Because this is something most men struggle with, and nobody teaches us how to deal with it. So let's get into why it happens and what you can actually do to change it. Let's talk about emotional disconnect, not dramatic arguments, not cheating, just the slow drift. You come home from work, you're exhausted, she's scrolling, you're scrolling. Days blur together. She tells you about something that happened, and you half listen. Not because you don't care, but because your mind's somewhere else. That right there, that moment of, I don't really feel you here with me, that's when desire begins to shut down. Presence is a turn on, and not just in the bedroom. It's the quality of your attention when she's talking. It's when you look her in the eye without needing anything in return. When she feels like you're there with her for real, her body relaxes. And when she relaxes, she opens. Now let's talk about resentment. She's not bringing it up anymore. That doesn't mean it's gone. It just means she's storing it. Every time she didn't feel heard, every time she felt dismissed, every time you shut down during conflict and left her hanging emotionally, that builds up. And it turns into emotional weight she carries, a weight that kills her desire. And then there's polarity. If you're not showing up with clear intention, direction, or edge, you start feeling more like a friend or a roommate than a lover. You're coexisting, sharing space, but there's no spark. That erotic tension that used to pull you together? Gone. Not because it's unfixable, but because polarity needs polarity. Masculine and feminine, edge and softness, that contrast is what creates heat. Let me give you an example. Think back to when you first started dating. The way you looked at her, the way you'd gently touch her back when you walked behind her, the plans you made, the energy you brought. That energy faded not because of time, but because of comfort, predictability, and sometimes even laziness. You can get that spark back, but you have to bring intention to it. It won't just magically reappear. Let me give you a real-world story. One guy I worked with was married for 8 years. Sex started dwindling. He thought it was age, stress, or hormones. But when we really unpacked it, it was all emotional. His wife told him, "I don't feel like we're even friends anymore." And that hit him. Not enemies, not fighting, just nothing. So he started rebuilding connection in small ways. Leaving voice notes in the morning, grabbing her hand more, asking about her dreams again. Within 2 months, their sex life wasn't just back. It was better than it had been in years, because the emotional door had reopened. Now, here's the part most men struggle with: the transition, the period between realizing there's disconnection and the moment when things shift. It won't be instant. She might not respond right away. You might feel awkward or rejected. Stay with it. The consistency, the emotional presence, the effort, it compounds. Even if she doesn't say anything, her body is paying attention. Her nervous system is recalibrating around your energy. Here's the wild part. She might not even realize all this is happening. She might just say, "I'm tired," or "I'm not in the mood." But underneath that, there's a storm, a quiet sadness, a feeling of being disconnected, invisible, or emotionally overworked. Maybe she doesn't trust you'll really hold space for her if she opens up. Maybe she's afraid of being called dramatic or too much. And women, they want to be sexy, but not when they're exhausted from holding up the entire emotional structure of the relationship. If she feels like she's managing her own stress, the household, your moods, and the relationship dynamics, desire gets replaced with resentment. And resentment is the biggest libido killer there is. Let's take it deeper. When was the last time you asked her how she's feeling? Without trying to fix her, without offering a solution? Women want to be understood, not managed. She wants to feel like her emotions are safe with you, not inconvenient. And don't underestimate the small stuff. That one time you didn't respond when she walked into the room. That time she opened up and you looked at your phone. These seem minor, but they build. They chip away at her sense of closeness. And once that's gone, her body stops trusting. Here's what a lot of men don't realize. Emotional safety is physical safety for a woman. Her nervous system registers tension, stress, disconnection. If she can't exhale around you, her body won't let her soften. And softening is what makes desire possible. You can be the hottest guy in the room, but if she feels like she's emotionally fending for herself, her body shuts down to survive. Let's also be real about what not to do. Don't guilt her into sex. Don't make jokes that carry bitterness like, Guess I'm in the friend zone now. That doesn't pull her in. It makes her feel misunderstood and emotionally unsafe. Don't keep score. This isn't a transaction. It's trust. It's energy. It's emotional leadership. You want to lead her into intimacy. Lead with empathy, not expectation. So what now? First off, stop obsessing over the sex itself. It's not about how often, it's about how connected. Instead of asking, why aren't we having sex? Try this. Do you feel close to me lately? It might feel awkward to ask, but I promise you, that one question is more powerful than any bedroom tip you'll find online. Now, consistency. If you've said you're going to change something, follow through. If you've promised to be more present, show up for that. Emotional safety is built in small moments. When she opens up and you listen instead of fixing. When she's upset and you stay instead of walking away. When she's quiet and you lean in instead of shutting down. Start being curious again. Ask her questions. Not just about her day, but about how she feels lately. What she's been craving emotionally, mentally, physically. You'd be amazed at how much a woman wants to open when she feels like you actually want to know her. Bring back physicality, but without the goal of sex. A touch on the lower back, a lingering kiss, holding her waist while she's cooking. These small moments of masculine presence bring safety and ignite chemistry. And if you want to reignite polarity, lead. Plan something. Anything, even if it's small. Take initiative. That signals to her body that she can soften, let go, and trust you're holding the container. That's hot to her, even if she won't say it out loud. And if you really want to go the extra mile, ask her, when did you feel most connected to me? Listen to her answer. That will tell you everything you need to know. Let's keep it simple. If you're feeling stuck and unsure where to even begin, here are 5 things you can do tonight that don't require a big speech or a therapy session. Just action. Just presence. Initiate a moment of presence. Turn off your phone. Sit down next to her. Look her in the eye and ask, how are you feeling today, really? Not in passing, but like you genuinely want to hear the answer. Let her speak. Don't fix, don't explain. Just listen. Touch her without expecting anything. Put your hand on the small of her back. Pull her in for a slow kiss without turning it into a makeout. Let her feel your touch without pressure. That kind of safety builds the foundation for arousal. Compliment her on something internal. Tell her she's strong. Tell her you admire how she handled something difficult. Let her know you see her beyond her body. Women need to feel emotionally seen to want to be physically open. Take one thing off her plate. Handle a chore she usually does. Take care of a task without being asked. Let her exhale. When she doesn't feel like she's doing everything, she can start to feel like a woman again, not just a caretaker. Reflect back something good. Say something like, when I felt most close to you lately? When we were laughing in the kitchen the other night. Anchor her into a moment of connection. Help her remember that closeness still exists between you. These are not tricks. They're not manipulation. They're energy shifts. From emotional distance to emotional leadership, you're creating a space where her body can trust you again, where it's safe for her to feel, to soften, and yes, to want. If you've made it this far, it means you care. You care enough to want to understand her, to want to show up better, and that's already more than most men do. But let's take it even deeper. This isn't just about sex. This is about the man you're becoming, because how you handle disconnection in your relationship says everything about your emotional maturity. You're not just trying to get laid. You're learning how to lead with presence, to create a relationship where love and lust can coexist, where emotional depth and physical desire don't compete. They feed each other. That's real masculinity. That's what keeps women coming back. Not because they're obligated to, but because they want to. So if you've been feeling like something is off, like she's pulling away, like the intimacy isn't what it used to be, let this be your wake-up call. Not to panic, not to guilt her, but to shift, to show up, to lead. Because when you become a man who knows how to hold her heart, she'll trust you with her body again. And not just once, but over and over.